Hello, welcome to the session on Dismantling, Assembling of different types of bearing and check for functionality, Part 2. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to dismount ball bearings having interference fit on the shaft, dismount ball bearings having interference fit in the housing, mount ball bearing. The required tools and materials to dismount and mount ball bearings are ball bearing, arbor press, bearing puller, kerosene, bunion cloth, hammer, spanner, lubricating oil, soft bristle brush, vernier micrometer. There are 3 methods to dismount ball bearings having interference fit on the shaft. First method is by using arbor press or hydraulic press. Initially, place the bearing with the shaft on the arbor press or hydraulic press. Place a ring or 2 parallel blocks of equal size to support the inner ring of the bearing. Put a dummy between the ram and the shaft. Press the shaft gently to come out of the bearing. Support the extracted shaft by hand to prevent damage. Do not apply direct hammer blows on the bearing. Second method to dismount ball bearings having interference fit on the shaft is by using bearing puller. First, fit the bearing puller's spindle on the center hole of the shaft. Place the legs on the bearing. Then, slowly tighten the spindle of the puller by a spanner to make the puller to take the strain. Remember to use a keeper puller plate along with the puller when the puller's legs tend to engage with the outer ring of the bearing, if the bearing is to be used again. In the case of small bearings, it can be removed easily by using a puller or with a metallic sleeve using mild hammer blows. To dismount small and medium-sized bearings, use a hammer and a sleeve by butting the lock nut or the inner ring. If the nut is located inward, place the sleeve against inner ring. Then, use hammer blows for dismounting. A special type of puller with bracket can also be used to dismount the bearing. This type is used to apply pulling force on the inner ring of the bearing. Next, let's learn to dismount ball bearings having interference fit on the housing bore. The ball bearings can be dismounted by using sleeve and using drift. To dismount using sleeve, place the wheel on two wooden blocks and fit a suitable sleeve on the face of the bearing. Then, apply pressure on the sleeve to drive out the bearing. This type of dismounting can be done for a housing without any shoulder. For a housing with a shoulder between the bearings, use a soft metal drift to strike the bearing in different position to drive out. A suitable puller can also be used to dismantle the bearings. To dismount self-aligning ball bearings, swivel the inner race by fitting the legs of the puller on the outer race and tighten the screwed spindle to extract the bearings. Once the bearings are dismounted, clean them with soft bristle brush using kerosene or naphtha. Then, wipe off the bearings with bunion cloth. Do not use cotton waste for cleaning or wiping off the bearings. After wiping, inspect visually for corrosion, damage in cage, raceways, rolling elements, and also the inner and outer races. Then, gently lubricate the bearing. Also insert the bearing around the fingers of the hand and rotate gently to check the smooth rotation of the bearing without any distraction and noise. If there is any seal, replace it. To mount the ball bearings, clean and measure the shaft diameter to check the necessary interference fit. To measure the shaft diameter, use a vernier micrometer for shaft fit and a vernier inside micrometer for housing fit. Then, clean the shaft for mounting. Place the correct sized sleeve on the inner ring of the bearing. Using common hammer, apply hammer blows. Slowly drive in bearing until the metallic sound is heard. The same process should be adopted for the housing fit by selecting the proper sleeve to sit on the outer ring. Use an arbor press wherever possible because it is particularly suitable when small bearings are frequently mounted. Then, lubricate the shaft. Place a mounting sleeve between the bearing and press resting it on the ring with interference fit. Finally, drive in the bearing into the shaft by applying force by the press. Let's recap the key points discussed. Dismount ball bearings having interference fit on the shaft by using either puller, arbor press, or sleeve and hammer. Clean the dismounted bearings with soft bristle brush using kerosene or naphtha. Lubricate the bearing and drive-in bearing until the metallic sound is heard. Drive in the bearing into the shaft by applying force by the press. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding about dismantling, assembling of different types of bearings, and functionality checking part 2. See you in the next session.